Hello beans, welcome to Blue Bean Harvest number 4. Here we're awakening the world on Roy's radio with me, a shell of a man labelled Roy Dow. Labelled Roy. I want to talk about these three things, and since they went up on the board, I wanted to expand on them, and I haven't planned. I haven't planned anything to say, really, and I've been feeling as though I didn't want to record this evening, but I feel as though I want to talk about this. So I'm just going to sort of just jump in and talk about it. So just be mindful of that when you wake up in the morning, wake up and know that you're the big G. Okay, and you're the big G being human. You're not a human being. Okay, so what about forgiveness? Forgiveness. Why am I onto these three things? For me, at this stage, these three things are the fundamentals of everything that you want to be addressing. The forgiveness of yourself and forgiveness of others is part and parcel of the recognition of your true self and that of other self. Okay? So, we have a choice to think, speak and act with love. Okay? So that's our choice. And when we do this with love, we are forgiving. We show empathy and compassion. And we understand the weakness of the ego self, the small mind. It's very important to understand this. This is all the foundation of establishing yourself in your own perceptive mind space, of the fact of you are the big G. I am the big G. We are the big G. They are the big G. He, she is the big G. We're all the big G. And once we realise all this and we start the forgiveness, then we can realise that we're all really lovely people in our heart. That's all we want to be when we get rid of fear and we start to allow ourselves to have fun in creation. We'll start to embrace the notion of self-love more. Yeah? And because it's once we love self, then we can truly, unconditionally love other self. Yeah? There's nothing wrong with serving goodness and love to someone with a view to their betterment. I'm not suggesting be a slave. Remember that we are sovereign in ourselves and that there is no reason to fear anything, not even death, as perceived here, which isn't what we perceive it to be. Yeah, so forgiveness. So when we forgive, we look at the actions of someone else, and harmless as something may seem, a word, a gesture, a response, an action, something, we need to allow ourselves to say, okay, that's all right. That's not good. We've made a mistake there. That's not a very loving thing to think or say or do. And so we redress the situation in our minds, and we choose to act in a different way based on a new thought, new self-speak, and new action. All right, that's what we do. That's what all this is about. All this change is about changing the way that you perceive yourself and the way that you perceive other self. Okay? Here, in this creative space, yeah, there's perfection here. It just runs itself without our intervention. Think on that. Yeah? Okay, whoops. Think on that. Anyway, so in every moment, we have a choice. And we have a choice to be loving and show forgiveness to self, and just to be loving, show love to ourselves. And then we can do, oh look, it's creating a whole love. It doesn't have to be a long thing. I can finish now. It doesn't matter if it's 2 or 3 minutes. But I do have this poem, which has been here from Blue Bean Harvest 1. And I thought, I wasn't going to read a poem this evening, but I thought I might read this. That's maybe why it's on the board. And so I might just finish with that. Remember that this is the triad of power, self-empowerment, yeah, if you will. It's so good. And forgive everything, every thought. Every time you have a thought about someone else, oh, you know, wanker. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Arsehole, you know, it doesn't matter. Anyone that annoys you, ultimately you're seeing traits in them that are in you that you don't like. That's the truth. I just love the way everything works. It's so simple and logical. That's the law of attraction. Ah dear, anyway, look, that's great. BG, superb. The Light of Creation by me, 30th of June 2022, but seem appropriate for now. I'm enjoying the rhyme, but there's work to be done as I reference the stars and the moon and the sun. With light, then I wonder if truth you will see while sharing awareness. Will this not tempt thee? Enough then to listen, attending my word. Consider the truth in what might sound absurd. Of course I know everything and not, nor am dim. It's not flights of fancy or uninformed whim. Just sharing my knowing the stuff that I see. It sits as the knowing for both you and me. It's there in my mind, of course, where else to be, to help me feel comfortable, know that I'm free. I'll speak to the sun and the moon and the light to help you see justice and God's holy might. Walked in bare feet or been served by Rolls Royce. It's the same for us all as we dance with the choice. So light is a particle being you see, and waves are just rolling in their symmetry, delivering knowing so that they can be wherever desire will place them, you see. The sun is the source of all being in space, providing the fabric for all human race. The notion of being a you here in time reflects all the word that I lay down in rhyme. To fire and pulse, 1, 2, 1, 2, it's done. That's how we made hydrogen. Oh my, what fun. Additions, that's how it's all made. It starts with a light, that to black all will fade. There you go, that's the light of creation. Jolly good. So, beans. There's only a few of us beans here. I believe, and I feel in my heart, that people will grow in awareness and recognise the simplicity of this truth that I share, and the logic of it. until next time, this is a very short blue bean harvest 4. Love all round beans.